So we're going to do some things a little bit different on this video. I am 4 games behind. Life just been kicking me in the ass, so that is what it is. So I appreciate if you drop a like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel immensely. And let's just get right into it. There's going to be no jump cuts, so all the raw F-ups are going to be in here. I would say starting off this game, Anderson and Logan Thompson made some pretty damn good stops. And Carolina, I will have to say this, has been really impressing me in this series. I thought Washington, while they did struggle against Montreal, I was like, okay, you know, they got past the first round, but Carolina has been giving the Capitals all that they can. Anderson's made some good stops. I would also be remiss not to mention that I think Logan Thompson, for the most part, has also played really, really good in net. And while I did look at Washington as the better team going into the series, I think I might have been kind of incorrect on that. The Carolina has really been impressing me, and they start the scoring right now.
Can be loud with his chirps and loud with his checks.
That's great. Svechnikov right there. Whoop! Short side goal. They're not done. They're going to score another.
Everything for Washington this postseason.
What a great shot by Roslovic. Short side again, glove side. And going into the third. Now, it's like, okay, did that go in? Robinson sniped that. That's a goal. And that was just a very, very kind of a lucky goal there. Goes underneath it. Carolina wins this game 4-0. I do have to just say this. The Hurricanes are playing really good hockey. They're very good defensively. They've always been good defensively, but they're getting that clutch scoring. And Carolina leads this series 2-1. You know, maybe I just wrote off the Carolina Hurricanes far too early this season, just because I've seen some of their struggles. But, I mean, they had a good regular season. Hell of a playoff series thus far for them. I mean, shoot, if they get to the Eastern Conference Finals, who knows? So we'll go into the next game, Vegas Golden Knights against Edmonton Oilers. And there's definitely a rough ending, but Corey Perry, nice snipe there, walking down Main Street, puts up the Oilers 1-0. Stuart Skinner makes a nice sprawling save here. Oilers will strike back. Shot here from the point. And the Oilers, man, like, just keeping it going. Sorry, this is kind of a mess up. I usually edit these out, but it is what it is. Again, what I like is here. Point on the power play. Just gets it on net. It doesn't always have to be pretty. So that was a good shot. Vegas would strike back. You know, it's interesting here. You know, Stuart Skinner, Calvin Pickard is playing great. You know, that's when you can't allow. Right? Might as well take advantage of the ability to kind of do this. Takes a shot on net. Skinner fights that off. He's scrambling. That's just a goal that just can't happen. And I can understand Edmonton Oilers fans' frustration. So Roy gets on the board. Now, I will say this. Through the wickets of Stuart Skinner, Smith comes in alone. Like, there's no way my man should just be having the time of his life, looking like Connor McDavid, going through 2 guys. That's just unacceptable. They got to be better there defensively. And Smith, well, definitely not the player he used to be, is no scrub by any stretch of the imagination. Skinner, nice stop here. And then a good sprawling save. But this is the thing with Skinner that does bother me watching him, right? I do think he has really good athletic ability, but he'll get caught in some spots, and he'll use that ability to kind of make a desperation save. Like, that's a spectacular save. But it's just, you kind of want him to be in better position a little bit more often. Vegas would score here. Good feed. That was at Hannafin, back over to Carlson. You know, that's a short side, but that was just a really smart play by Vegas here, right? You know, kind of a give and go. Even if you get the goalie to just move a little bit, right? Because Skinner's got to move laterally to his right. Hannafin throws it right back over. And due to that, short side underneath, Vegas makes it a 3-2 game. And then Skinner Nice stop here. Again, kind of showcasing some of those saves that gives you hope as if you're a Oilers fan. Like, Skinner does have the ability. And then Connor McDavid gets on the board. Doesn't always have to be intentional. Off the skating in. That's just some bad luck there. And this is the controversial play, which makes all Oilers fans want to pull their hair out. 2.5 seconds. Riley Smith throws it. Draisaitl tips it in. Now, this is the thing here. I understand Skinner's idea of getting out there, giving him nothing to shoot at. But he's putting himself in kind of an awkward position, staying there. And if you look at the trajectory of the puck, that wouldn't have gone in, right? So I'll be fair to Skinner in that regard. Draisaitl just trying to play defense, and he just taps it in. That's an unfortunate end to that game. And there's a couple goals. I look at Skinner, and I'm not saying Calvin Pickett's a miracle maker or anything of that nature. But it does kind of showcase the frustration of what Oilers fans have. And this man right here, you need to make sure he doesn't want to jump off the Edmonton Oilers bridge. So good win there by Vegas. And, you know, that's a very, very big win for Vegas there, because the Oilers were having all the momentum in that series. We'll get into the next game here, the Florida Panthers against the Toronto Maple Leafs. And I have to say, man, Joseph Woll, he played a hell of a game, man. It's so unfortunate because, and Bob made some nice stops too, but Joseph Woll is a very good goaltender. And going into this season, man, I really thought highly of him. And I'll fully admit I'm a fan of him because I watched him play at Boston College. I think there is a higher ceiling with him. But for long stretches, oh, look at the save on Matthews by Bobrovsky, though. That's a great save. But for long stretches with Joseph Woll, or I should say, going forward with Joseph Woll, I do think a great number one starter potential is there still. Florida, all the great stops, they'd get on the board first. No chance for Woll. None, absolutely. I mean, that was a beautiful feed from Tkachuk across. I mean, no goaltender. I mean, unless it's Dominic Hasek in his prime. Like, that's a beautiful feed. Backdoor. Not much help there, breaking up the pass. Panthers get a 1-0 lead. And Woll, another good stop. Continues to play really, really strong in this game. It could have been a blowout if Woll didn't play as good as he did. Bobrovsky would get the shutout in this game. Kind of spoiling the ending, but, you know, he made some really nice stomps. I don't think if Stolarz is in net, I don't think this changes the outcome in any way, shape, or form. I mean, the goals that went in weren't on him. Panthers score another one right here. That is such a, like, look at Bennett, understanding, kind of it's a 2-on-2, kind of more of a 2-on-1, right? Backdoor, gotta be concerned. Bennett just holds on to it, stops, and that's gonna mess up a goalie greatly. Goes across his face, and Woll does everything again. That was just an absolute terrific finish. Panthers win this 2-0, and it got chippy. I mean, the Leafs were up in this series 2-0. Now it's a tied series 2-2. I mean, this got chippy. Leafs were up in this series 2-0. You go back to Florida, making it 2-2. So the Panthers got the heart of a champion. They are not going to be an easy out. And Maple Leaf fans might not be happy with that, but I think most people knew this was going to go like 6 or 7. These are two very good hockey teams. And we'll get into the last matchup I need to catch up on, and we'll start off with the scoring. Rope Hintz gets on the board, making it 1-0. Again, a very good series between two good hockey teams. Hellebuck would make a nice stop here. And Jets, they'll get on the board to tie it up 1-1. Kind of an unfortunate spot here for Onger, you know. Makes the, shot on net, makes the right pad motion because he's like, oh shit, gotta make a kick save. And then due to that, he's just kind of out of whack. He tries to scramble over there, but just a good finish there by Connor on the wrap. They make it a 1-1 game. But then, Dallas would strike back. Harley shot on net through a sea of bodies. So, I mean, the Jets are doing everything in their power to just make that not go in the net, but Harley gets on the board. makes it a 2-1 game. And, you know, Ottinger would get tested, good stop, and then Winnipeg. Hell of a feed by Morrissey. Look at that. There's just taking advantage of doing it this way. Middle of the ice, throws it down low, bottom of that left face-off circle, having to make Ottinger, go to his right to his left. That's just a... He would have had to make some spectacular type of save to make that. Great goal, great play. Jets tie the game back up 2-2. Hellebuck makes a couple nice stops, and we'll get into the controversial game-winning goal here. Now, if you look, initial save, Petrovic makes a kicking motion, but Hellebuck knocks that in. Now, I know Jets fans were absolutely pissed, and, you know, you can't, with a kicking motion, you can't score a goal. I guess the argument you can make is, like, if you look at the angle of this puck, that would be nowhere near going in the net, and then just Hellebuck with the bury. I mean, there's just not much you can do there. I mean, he's just trying to kick it up. It's a kicking motion, but it's a very weird freaking play, if I'm being honest with you. So I understand why it stood, because if Hellebuck doesn't interfere with that, that's not going anywhere in the back of the net. So 3-2. Stars would not be done. I mean, how good has this guy been? Going through Jets defenders like it's butter. Hellebuck trying to get over his blocker side. Ranton stays red hot. That's his 9th goal of the playoffs. My man is carrying. And again, late in the third, Wyatt Johnson. Sticking with it. Good initial stop there by Hellebuck. Right? Good save there. I think that's on, yeah, Jamie Benn. Jamie Benn throws it to Johnson in the slot. Shot gets blocked, and then Johnson sticks with it. And the Stars win this one 5-2. Very good games last couple days. I'm going to be able to release the video. I think it's the Stars Jets that are playing today on time. I think this round of the playoffs has had some very interesting hockey. The biggest team I'm really concerned about is the Washington Capitals. It seems like Carolina's giving them fits, and they have the potential to turn it on, but that is probably my one concern. You know, I'm not going to be surprised if the Jets and the Stars, they go deep. I know Stars won 5-2. You got Florida, and you got the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm imagining that's going to go 6 or 7. There's just no way. And I think, yeah, Stolar's getting hurt definitely hurt that team, but I think Joseph Woll's given them great goaltending. And, you know, these other matchups, you know, Vegas and the Edmonton Oilers. I mean, the Oilers are really just taking it to Vegas at points. I would be... I mean, Vegas, that was a good response for them. Like, they needed to win that game. You know, I'm not saying a must-win. Actually, yeah, no, I'm saying that. That's a must-win. You can't lose that game and go down 3-0. That would have been a difficult comeback. And, yeah, a very wonky goal to win on it. They win it. And then when you get to, again, Washington, Carolina, in my opinion, you're going to have to see a little bit more from guys like Alexander Ovechkin. I know he's older, but he needs to start produce. I think Logan Thompson, for the most part, has played pretty well in this series. Anderson has been good in net for the Carolina Hurricanes. And before I get out of here, I do want to say this. I appreciate all the new subscribers. If you enjoyed this style of video, let me know. I know it's not as clean cut as the heavy edited stuff where I can chop it up and like get any faux pas out there, but you know, I wanted to make sure to get this video up in a timely manner. I do want to say thank you for all the new subscribers. It means a lot. Apologize for not getting videos up. Just you know, my mother passed last year, so this Mother's Day, first one without her, was a little bit rough emotionally. So I kind of just need to take a little bit of time for myself just to kind of think and reflect. And, you know, also working doesn't necessarily help. So, but I do appreciate some of the kind words. Fallout, you kind of reached out. A few people reached out, and I really do appreciate that. But let me know. Actually, and I'll say this. I know it's past Mother's Day, but, you know, definitely take time to show love and appreciation for people that are still in your life right now, because you never know what can happen. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. What did you think about these 4 games? Who impressed you in each game? And heck, who do you think's gonna win each series? That'd be interesting to see in the comments. But I'm Captain Paul. I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see you in the next one.